Hey guys, this is Josh F151 Tech back with another video. And in this video, I'm actually going to be doing more Metro by T-Mobile 5G home internet speed tests. So let's actually get into this video. So as you guys can see here, it's actually 5:35 p.m. on a Monday. So I figured that I would do some tests like before dinner time. You know, there's probably a lot of people home right now or getting home from work. And also, I wanted to do some tests today because it's actually windy outside today. So I want to see what we get, you know, with it being windy out. Because, like I've said in my other videos, that this does actually affect the, you know, the speeds and the reliability when it's, you know, bad weather in general, you know, whether it be windy, stormy, raining, you know, snowing, sleeting, you know, no matter what it is, you know, cloud coverage, all that kind of stuff, you know, can affect the speeds and the reliability. So, like I always do say, I'm actually using third-party equipment. I'm actually using a Chester Cheetah SDX75 gateway/modem that allows like band locking, network mode switching, VPN, all that kind of stuff. And then I also have that hooked up to a waveform 4x4 antenna that's actually up in the attic facing out the window near an old truck stop down the road from me where the tower is actually located. So let's actually open up the speed test app here and see what we get. And I will actually say, before I start running any speed tests, I will actually say this. It's actually windy out there today, so that's definitely a good thing. I want to test this out more thoroughly. I want to see how it does in the windy days, or on a windy day. I want to see how it does, you know, with bad weather in general. You know, it's not really bad weather, but it is pretty windy out there today. I don't know if you guys can really hear it out the window or not. My microphone, my Phyphon, actually does a pretty good job at blocking out, you know, background noise and everything, so you guys might not be able to hear it as well as you could, you know, when I was recording with my Google Pixel 8 Pro, you know, built-in microphone. But if you guys can hear it or not, you know, it's definitely windy out there. So, you know, definitely take my word for it. It's definitely, you know, windy out there. It's, you know, been gusting around all day. I'm actually gonna have to go out there tomorrow and pick up some sticks off the ground because there's a bunch of, you know, like sticks that have fallen, and you know, I'm gonna, you know, pick them up and, you know, use them for kindling for the wood stove and everything. But it's definitely windy out there, so this is definitely a good day, you know, and a good time to test this out. So like I did say in my last video, I'm going to start out on the Ashburn VA server, and then I'm going to go back to the West Norton PA server and run some on that. So let's actually see what we get here. And also keep in mind, my mom is actually downstairs. The last time I checked, she was downstairs on Chewy.com for dogs and animals. So she was actually looking for like food and stuff on there for the dogs and the cats and everything. So, and not only that, like I also said, you know, you have to keep in mind, you know, that the internet is going to be being used, you know, basically all the time. It's going to be, you know, I have security cameras running 24/7. I have, you know, obviously, you know, I use it myself. You know, my mom is downstairs using the internet on her desktop computer last time I checked, and I have, you know, Google Nest Hubs. I have Raspberry Pi computers running, you know, basically 24/7. So you just have to keep that in mind. And also, I also have the wind going on today as well. You know, like I said, the wind is really, you know, gusting out there. So I'm expecting to see some slowdowns, and we actually are, as you can see here. So on the download, we got 716, which is definitely not bad at all. And then on the upload, we're only getting 22. So I say only 22 because before we were actually getting like 50 or 60, 70s. So it's definitely impacting the upload speed, as you can see. You know, it's not really impacting it as bad as it was before. Like I was getting like, you know, before I was only getting like 3 to 4, 5 to 10. So that's still good enough upload. That's still good enough upload when, you know, it's bad weather, you know, whether it be windy, whether it be, you know, storming, you know, just bad weather in general. That's still, you know, good enough upload for me and my mom, you know, to be able to upload stuff, you know, in a short period of time. You know, that's definitely plenty of an upload speed. So I'm definitely definitely not worried about that. I'm definitely not worried about that. Like I said, it's definitely better than I was getting before with the upload, like occasionally like 3 to 4, 5 to 10, and, I wouldn't get any more than that. So, even with it being, windy today, that's still good enough. That's still good enough. So, like I said, definitely not bad on this one. 716 for the download, 22 even on the upload, and then 39 ping. So the ping is, pretty much staying where it's at. So this is actually what happens sometimes with the ping, as I was saying, was staying where it's at. So when it is windy, this is actually what happens with the ping a lot. It still does this, unfortunately, but like I said, bad weather, the wind and everything like that, that's going to affect your ping. It's going to affect your speeds. It's going to, it's just going to affect things. So, there's this, you just have to deal with it. Now, the ping is going to go down. I know that the ping is going to go back down, so I'm not worried about that. So, on this one, definitely not bad at all, though. 658 for the download. It did go down some, but like I said, with the wind out there, it's blowing around, that's going to, cause that. And then for the upload, 18.2, still faster than what I was getting with the SDX 65. So, I'm not, really worried about that. And like I said, it's mainly due to the bad weather, the windy weather out there. And then 86 for the ping, but that's not going to stay there, and I'll show you guys that. So, and as you guys can see, it did go back down, like I said, so I'm not worried about that. And the download speed is actually going back up, so that's good. So definitely not bad on that one. 706 for the download, 21.8, almost 22 for the upload, and then 31 ping. So the ping did go back down, so that's very good. And it did go back up again, but I did actually see that T-Mobile, I actually looked on the down detector before I actually started making this video. I did actually see that the down detector was saying that Metro by T-Mobile and T-Mobile themselves were actually having problems. I don't know if that's still going on. I can actually check it in a minute here, but I did see that they were actually having problems. They were in like the yellow and the red. So I don't, really know if that's still going on, but I have noticed recently that the upload speed has been a little bit slower recently, so that's, possibility that there's something going on. And when I checked on Down Detector the last time, they were actually saying that the home internet for, T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile in my case has actually been like the upload speed, and the download speed has actually not been what people are used to getting. So, it's possible that there's something down. It's possible that the network is having problems or something like that. So it might not, really be anything that I can do. Obviously, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. But not bad on this one though. 720 for the download, 20.1 on the upload, and then 45 ping. But like I said, it is really gusting out there right now. I'm actually looking out the window right now, and it's really gusting out there right now, as I can see. So, that's definitely going to affect the speeds and everything, because like I said, like I've said in my other videos, this is not a wired connection. This is coming from the cell tower, and then it's coming from the cell tower to my waveform 4x4 antenna, and then it's being broadcasted, basically, into my house, into me and my mom's house, as a internet connection. From there, it goes, from my waveform 4x4 antenna, and then it goes to the Chester Cheetah, SDX 75, and then it goes, into my, Google Nest Wi-Fi Pro 6E mesh Wi-Fi system, and, it's being broadcast as a Wi-Fi connection, and, obviously the Ethernet connection for my, my connected devices, like my mom's, computer downstairs, and, all my other stuff that I have wired, directly Ethernet, my Raspberry Pi, and, stuff like that, my Android TVs and stuff like that, which I, highly recommend, having, if you have, streaming devices, I highly recommend having them, hooked up to Ethernet. So, just for a better, overall connection, better, reliable, connection, and better, speeds, obviously, just, better reliability and all, if you can have Ethernet, that's definitely the way to go. But, so let me actually back out of here real quick, And then let me actually open up the Down Detector app here and see if there's anything going on. So it doesn't actually show anything in the red or the yellow for the T-Mobile or the Metro by T-Mobile, so that's definitely a good thing. But let me actually go down here and find T-Mobile. Let me click on it just to see. So there is quite a bit of red there, though. That's definitely not good. And it's actually saying 42% for 5G home internet. So it's saying, yeah, missing internet right about now. So, yeah, it doesn't really say much, but, it's not, in the red or the yellow or anything like that, or in the yellow or the red, so that's definitely a good thing. Facebook and Facebook Messenger are actually saying that they might be down. I did actually hear something about that, and Spotify and Snapchat and WhatsApp, they're all saying that they might have problems. Amazon as well, and Google Drive and Instagram, so... I don't know what's up with that, but I did actually read something about that they were, having problems with Facebook or Instagram or something like that. But so let me actually run some on the West Norton PA server here, and then I'll go back to running some on the Ashburn VA server. And like I've said before, this server is a lot slower, but I just like to use this server because this is an actual T-Mobile server. So, just keep that in mind. That's why I, still use this server. And as you can see, I am actually getting slower upload speed on this server. So not too bad on that one, though, for it being windy and everything. Like I said, 691 for the download on that one, almost 700, 13.7 for the upload. Definitely better than what I was getting, with the SDX 65, and then 33 ping. So not too bad on that one. And it is actually really gusting out there right now. I can really hear it. Like I said, I don't know if you guys can really hear that or not, but it is really windy out there right now. And it's actually also a lot colder today, so that could also affect the speeds as well. I forgot to mention that as well. That could also impact the speed somewhat as well. So you have to keep that in mind. Heat, stuff like that. If it's really hot, if it's really muggy out or something like that, I've noticed sometimes that the speeds will be a little bit more, like sluggish. Not real slow, but I've noticed that they, can be a little bit more, like slow. A little bit more sluggish, if you will. And if it's a cloud covered day, I've noticed that the speeds can be a little bit, sluggish as well, and a little bit unreliable. Not to the point of actually being unusable, but I've noticed stuff like that. If it's a cloudy day, with the moisture in the air, that can definitely play a role in it. And like I said, today it's actually pretty cold out there. So it could be being affected with that too. The weather, the weather in general, is going to affect it. That's just how it is. That's why I said in my other videos, that this service might not be for everybody. Especially if you work from home or something like that. It might not be for you because it can be inconsistent at times. So you just have to keep that in mind. But for me and my mom, we don't work from home or anything, so we don't really have to worry about that. It's definitely good enough for us. So on this one, definitely not bad at all. 713 for the download, 16 even on the upload, and then 37 ping. Let me actually run one more on this server, and then I'll switch back over to the Ashburn VA server and run a few more on that. So like I said, I still am getting better speeds than I was getting with the SDX 65, even though, it's not as fast as it has been. When it's not, windy out, when it's not, bad weather or anything like that, I do normally get, upload speeds in like the 50s or 60s or so. So, And I actually did read something online. I actually read something on Reddit, I believe, or Facebook or somewhere I saw it, that speedtest.net, they were actually having problems with their servers. So I really don't know if this is accurate readings or not. I read that, and I actually forgot to mention that in this video. I read that online somewhere. I forget actually where I saw it now. I believe it was Reddit, where I actually saw it, and they were saying that because people were saying that they were having problems with their T-Mobile 5G home internet. I just went on Reddit for something. I forget what I went on there for now. But I looked on there and I saw somebody's post, and somebody said, I just happened to read the comments. Somebody was saying, that they had, really slow speeds with their T-Mobile 5G home internet when they were testing it with the speedtest.net. And somebody said that was actually last night. Somebody said that speedtest.net has been having problems recently with the speed test, the servers and everything. So, that definitely could be true. So, if that's true, that might not even be, what's, causing the upload speeds to be slower. That it might not even be the wind is what's causing, the upload speeds to be slower. So, I'm not going to really be able to find out, until I do testing again, when it's bad weather, whether it be raining, storming or windy, like it is today. I'll just have to, test that out more thoroughly, I guess. So, but on this one, not bad at all. 637 for the download, 11.6 for the upload, and then 38 ping. So let me actually go back to the main server here and run some on that. But yeah, the wind out there is really gusting around. I can definitely hear it now. It's really going hard out there. But like I said, this is still a lot better than what I was getting with the SDX 65, even when it would be bad weather, that's the thing. I'm still and the download speed is still holding strong, it's still getting almost 700, it's getting, a little bit less than 700 at some times, at some points, but that's definitely usable, for me and my mom, that's definitely usable for anybody, even if there like, even if there was like 4 people in the house, that's definitely usable for everybody. So, so on this one, definitely not bad at all. 693 for the download, 20.6 for the upload, and then 35 ping. So definitely not bad. It's really getting windy out there now. I was actually going to try to watch the football game tonight, Monday Night Football on the antenna, but I might have to actually resort to streaming for that. I might have to actually use Kodi with the live TV add-ons for that, because I've talked about it before on my channel. We don't actually pay for TV. We use a TV, an outdoor TV antenna, and we also use Kodi with live TV add-ons and other free streaming services like Pluto TV and stuff like that, and just other, free streaming services out there. So definitely not bad on this one though. 724 for the download, 21.5 for the upload, and then 39 ping. Want a few more here. So yeah, definitely with, me being unemployed right now, it's definitely good that I don't pay for TV, because, I just can't, I can't, I can hardly afford to buy food. I mean, luckily I'm living at home, but most people, in their 30s or so, are living at home. I know, some friends of mine that still are. So I even know people in their 50s that are still living at home. So it's just hard to make it right now. It really is, with everything, with inflation and everything, through the roof and everything right now. It's just, very, difficult to make it. I mean, luckily I'm able to get unemployment for now, but that's not going to last forever. But, and the way, I don't really want to talk, many politics on this video, but the way it's going, it's really sad. It's really sad that, I believe that unemployment might be a thing of the past one day, and that day is probably going to be coming sooner rather than later, unfortunately. So I really, got to get it together, get driving, get my license. Like I've said before, I have my permit, but I just have to, I have a car and everything, but I just have to buckle down and get my license and, do the driving test and go from there, and then, get a job and, try to make it, of course. So, that's the thing, fortunately I have my own car, and everything like that, but, I'm just gonna have to, fortunately buckle down, and, that's the thing. I just have to, I just have to be fortunate for, the things that I do have, just have to be fortunate for the things that you do have, a roof over your head, food and, stuff like that. So you definitely have to, you can't take that stuff for granted for sure. But, I definitely do have to, buckle down and, get driving and, get my life on track. But on this one, definitely not bad at all. 746 for the download, 19.2 for the upload, and then 39 ping. Let me actually run like two more here. And it is really windy out there right now. I can really hear it gusting around out there right now. So definitely not bad on that one. 707 for the download, 23.9, almost 24 for the upload, and then 40 ping. Let me run one more here. And the good thing is we only had a couple of ping spikes, and that's that's to be expected though when it's bad weather, when it's windy weather, when it's storming, when it's raining, you're gonna have ping spikes and stuff like that. That's to be expected. So we only had a couple of them though, one in the 80s and one in the 60s, so that's definitely not that bad. And then they went back down, so that's definitely a good thing. I have found out that the SDX 75 gateway slash modem has been more reliable. Like when it's like with the upload, you can still see that it's being quite of an increase, or a decrease, I should say, not an increase. Quite of an a decrease in the upload speed, but still usable. Like I said, we're normally getting with the SDX 75 gateway slash modem. You guys go back and watch my videos with the testing of the SDX 75 gateway slash modem and the other speed test videos I have on my channel. I was getting like 50 to 60 for the upload, sometimes a little bit more, but like I said, since it is bad weather out there today, it's gonna be either when it's windy or bad weather in general, it's gonna be either the download is affected or it's gonna be that the upload is affected. And today, it just so happens to be the upload, but it's still usable. The upload is still very usable. It's definitely better than what I was getting with the SDX 65. Like I said, occasionally like 3 to 4, 5 to 10. Not really in the 20s very often. When I had the SDX 65 gateway slash modem. So, but definitely not bad on this one. 722 for the download, 22.6, almost 23 for the upload, and then 39 ping. So definitely not bad at all, guys. In my opinion, that's very good. That's very usable still. For a windy day, that's still very usable. And like I said, for almost 6 o'clock p.m., on a Monday, that's definitely not bad at all. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, like I said, just wanted to get this video out there. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, guys.